Hello. Hi, guys. Sorry that I'm a little bit late. Hopefully, it's bright enough. As you can see, I'm in school and I'm going to try and do the best that I can. Um, Hopefully, I don't get kicked out of this classroom because I'm late because I was finding a classroom that I can use and it's all booked. So, without further ado, please share and invite somebody. And I'm going to go really, really fast because I don't know if I'm going to get kicked out of this classroom. Oh, somebody might just come in the classroom because all of the classroom are really booked because classes are going on. And so let's get going. So, as I promised that I was going to do a new book today. So, it's like the book is Why Does God Take from Those Who Don't Have and Give It to the People That Have? So, this is the book review I'm going to do. So, I'm starting chapter one. So, if I'm talking really fast, it's because I have to go really fast because I don't know if this classroom is going to be used or not. So, bear with me, patience with me. So, God thinks differently. So the chapter one, it's talking about God thinks differently. So the one problem money cannot eradicate is poverty. It's saying in the book, okay? So the problem we throwing money at the issue of poverty is that money only creates more poor people and keep people poor longer. So this is what it's saying. It's you can't get rid of poverty by giving people money. This is a quote from he said you can't get rid of poverty by giving people money. It's true. If you keep giving somebody money, that person does not want to do anything because he's going to be depending on you all the time to give. Because a lot of people, I don't want to put any African people down, people living in Africa, but there are a lot of African people that are in Africa, they're not doing anything. Oh, it's like the sensor, it's not sensing me. The classroom is getting darker. Anyway, I'm gonna go. As long as you guys can see me, the sensor just went off on me. Okay, it's a lot of people are wishing and waiting for rich relative or government to have put pity on them. It's true. A lot of people, all the time they cry the problem on you. Like people in diaspora, okay, I don't have food to feed my kids today. Oh, I don't have food. I don't have money to pay my bills today. I don't have. They're always complaining. They're not actually doing anything for themselves to get better. They're just depending on people all the time to solve their financial problem. Like, take care of my kid, pay for my kid's school fee, do this for my kid. I need to pay. Like, what are you doing with your own life? Depending on people, having wonder why the rich keep getting richer. Why are they always increasing in wealth? Have you ever wondered about that? The rich are getting richer every day and the poor are getting poorer. Because why? The reason why in the book is saying that because a lot of the poor people don't want to help themselves, they don't want to do anything for themselves. And a lot of, also it talks in the book here that a lot of poor people, they are living above their means. They want to become rich. Like they will have small money. Instead of managing that small money that they have, instead they want to become rich. They want to have, so they will go and buy something that they cannot afford. This is what actually destroying a lot of African in diaspora. Because hey, I want to buy the nicest car, even though they cannot afford it, they're gonna buy it because they want to impress other people. They might not afford to buy a designer clothes, but guess what? When they get the paycheck, instead of minimizing the paycheck, say, okay, I'm only going to afford what I need. It's not what I want. But a lot of people are buying what they want, not what really they need, just to impress other people, right? Um, uh, okay, he said also, people always thought that life is not fair to us. Like okay, the poor, the rich are getting richer, but you know why the rich are getting richer? because how they're managing their money, because they're investing their money. But a lot of people, a lot of us today, we just work. We don't invest our money. We buy things that we don't really want, like we just want them. We don't need them. We just buy them because we think that, oh, if I have this kind of clothes, I'm going to attract a lot of men, or women are going to like me, or people going to like me because I'm driving this kind of car, or because I live in this kind of house. But if you look at the lifestyle of the rich people, like for example, I think it's Mark Zuckerberg. He only wear one color T-shirt. I think it's black, or maybe I'm mixing them up. Like that is it. They don't even buy. Even Warren Buffett, for example, Warren Buffett, he is the one. He have so much money that he can provide. He can have somebody drive him, but he refuse. He drive himself. He buy from Walmart. But a lot of people will instead they will buy designer things. But that person can afford it. But he knows how he's gonna spend his money. But a lot of us Africans, we have, if somebody gave you $10,000 right now, what are you gonna think about to do? First of all, I'm gonna buy that clothes that I always wish I wanted to buy. I'm gonna buy that shoes that I always wanted to buy, or whatever it might be. Never will African will think, hey, I have $10,000. Let me go and invest it. Let me duplicate that money. Let me make more of that money. We'll never think, always think about, hey, how can I spend this money? No, how can I multiply this money? So that is why the poor are getting poorer, the rich are getting richer, because the rich are always thinking how they can make more money, how they can duplicate whatever money they have. So so because what Africans what are we thinking about? How we can drive the most expensive car, because you cannot even afford that expensive car, but they will go and buy the expensive car just to impress somebody, just to impress a friend, just to impress the girl, just to impress the man, or whoever it might be. But you cannot afford it, but you're gonna do it. So um there is also a story here in this book, that it was talking about this Nigerian guy. He was a constructor. Okay, he was a constructor. He was living in a village, but he was building people's house, and he was doing all these things. He was in a village, poor, right? But he was able to take care of his family. And guess what? God blessed him and said, okay, he have a contract of somebody was going to give him, I can't remember if it was a $10 million or something contract. Guess what? This is how African mentality think, right? 10,000, no, $10 million, I think. And what was he thinking? That he can make that much money, right? What was he thinking? Okay, now I'm living in a village, right? So now what is this first? I'm gonna get a bigger house to put, like, you've not even made the money yet, because they awarded you that contract. So now he's like, okay, well, I'm not gonna live in the village anymore. I'm gonna live into the city. And guess what? The guy used to drive himself, he used to do everything. Now he's gonna spend more money. Hey, I need a maid for my wife. I need 3 cars for my wife. I need 3 cars for my family, one for me, one for my wife. Well, you see how the money is getting eaten up? That is why a lot of people are getting poor every day. The money, because if you buy 3 cars, that money, that contract that you have, you've bought 3 cars, you've bought a mansion of a house. Instead of you said, okay, I've got this contract, let me duplicate the money that I've made before I can move my family from the village to the city, before I can buy 3 cars. Let me make more money, because you need to duplicate or triple the money first before you spend it. That is the difference between the rich people and the poor people, because we poor people, we don't think about duplicating money, but the rich people, they always think how to make more money. So So it's saying also in the book, he said, do you want to tell me that God does not see all of these things that is happening? Why will God allow them to have so much and the rest of us are barely making it? How? A lot of people think money will solve their financial problem. Money cannot eradicate poverty. Money is not a solution to poverty, because a lot of people think that money is the solution to poverty, but it is not. It's the mentality that we need to change. Instead of the rich um, instead of the rich to become poor like the rest of us, they are only getting richer and they're increasing their assets. They are having more and the poor are getting poorer, right? It's because of the mindset. It is a very common practice for people to believe that those in authority or successful owns them something. This is another thing that the book was talking about. Like a lot of people think that, oh, the government owe me something, or my family, my parent or my auntie owe me something, my dad owe me something, my father owe me, I don't know. Somebody owns them. Somebody owe them something. You have to do everything for them. Because it's the mentality that a lot of people have, right? I don't owe you nothing. You are responsible for your life. If I'm helping you, it's because I want to help you. It's not because I owe you something. Because that is why a lot of people, well, guess what? My uncle, my auntie is in United States. So they owe me something. They're supposed to be working hard in the States. And they will be sending me money here and I'll be using it for them. Really? Is that kind of life that you want to live, only to be dependent on people? Why can't you make resources for yourself? This is the difference. Why the rich are getting richer, the poor, because you are just sucking from other people and you're doing nothing. Let's say your auntie or uncle from United States is sending you $100 every month. What are you doing with that $100 that your auntie or your uncle or your sister or your brother is sending you? What are you doing it? A lot of people are using it. They will go buy clothes. They will dress up nice, putting it on social media, and somebody else is suffering for that $100 that you are just mismanaging. Instead of you taking that $100 that they're sending you every month, multiply it, do something with your life. But they don't do it. And it's like, yeah, they're living a better life there. Don't you know that that person is working 8 hours, 12 hours, making that money? And here you are, just misusing it. Say, oh, they will send me more. You're not doing yourself any good. That person does not owe you anything. Is doing it out of compassion, out of caring. So if that person is sending you the $100 every month, you need to multiply. Find a way how you can multiply that money instead of just depending on people. A lot of youths today, they go to university and they come back, oh, the government is not giving me money. Oh my God, like, are you kidding me? You went to university to study something. Go and do something with that education that you have from university instead of waiting, oh, I'm waiting for the government to make work for me. Make work. Use that skill, use that talent that you have and produce something for yourself. Stop waiting for people. Because a lot of people today, they're waiting also in churches and waiting. Hey, God bless me. You're waiting. God wants you to move. God wants you to do something. Sitting down, not gonna do you anything. Like for me, I don't plan on sharing this, but maybe somebody is there, my mom to listen to this, right? Like for me, I was in a car accident. I had a good job. My life was going great. I think that was a wake-up call for me, that God wanted to wake me up and said, you know what? Stop living for this kind of life. So I was involved in an accident. Some people will say, oh my God, it's the people from the village or the people. No, it's not. It's just something that happened. It was a coincidence. Something happened. Maybe God is trying to pull me back because I was going off track. I was off track. I was not focused on God. God was not the center of my life. It was money. Money was the center. I was going for money. I was making the money. I was living the life. That is it. And God said, my child, you are off track. So boom, I got into a car accident. It was not my fault. Somebody hit me. I was driving nicely and I got hit. And that's when God, because I had that time to rest, to sit down and think about my life, how my life is going, right? Like for some people, they got into a car accident, their life is over. They will say, "Oh, my life is over. I cannot do anything anymore. Look, my back, I cannot work. I used to live big life. They will be finished." For me, Nana is not finished for me until God said it's finished for me. I said, okay, you know what? That is the reason why I went back to school, because I couldn't do the job that I was doing anymore. And I still need to work because I don't want to depend on somebody. Because a lot of people in the diaspora, they depend on the government. For me, I don't want to depend on anybody. I want to make my own living. I want to make my own money. I want to use it the way I want to use it. I don't want somebody else to control my life, because a lot of people today are, their life is being controlled by people. Why would you want to do that kind of life? Why would you want to live that kind of life? Somebody else is, because here in Canada, where I am, people, the government will literally control your life. It will tell you what to do, how you spend your money. I don't want that kind of life. That is a slavery. Like, are you kidding me? So it's like, no, nobody will put me into slavery. So I decided, even with my workplace, they refused to give me a leave of absence to go back and retrain myself and do something. And I take it on my, it's like, you know what? You guys cannot control my life. You guys have no power over my life. So, hey, I let go. I went back to school. My boss will never give me leave of absence. I was like, okay, no problem. How am I surviving? God. Because I decided to put God as the center. It's like, hey, I'm gonna start following my purpose, because I was off track. I don't know why I'm sharing this, but you are in control of your life. How you make your life is how people say, how you spread your bed, is that how you're gonna lie on it? I think that is the proverb they said in Africa. Yes, but for me, I said no. I have 2 kids, and I have 2 children. I'm going to school full time. So, what is your excuse? What is your excuse? Probably you don't have any kids, and you're sitting there, you're waiting for somebody to change your life. You are responsible to change your own life. I could have said, hey, I'm just going to sit at home. The government is going to give me money and I'm going to live by the government. They're going to manipulate my life. They're going to control my life. But I said no to that. I'm going to go back to school. And it's going to be hard. I'm not saying that it's easy. It is not easy. But I decided to do that. And I'm here in school. I'm working it hard. But guess what? I'm making it, because your mindset have to change, because that is deliverance is of the mind. You have to change your mindset. Say, hey, I'm not waiting for somebody to come and get me out of the poverty. I'm going to get myself out of poverty. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to train myself. You change your mindset, you change your destiny. But as long as you're living in that poverty mindset, you will always become poor. You need to think like the rich people. Think multiplying your asset, multiplying whatever you have, not living in that bondage. So don't wait for a relative from America. Oh, when is my relative going to send me so I can go to America? Because everybody wants to go to America. Everybody wants to go to Canada. Everybody wants to travel. Everybody wants to leave Africa. Who is going to fix Africa if everybody leave Africa? Somebody have to. If all of us come to America and all of us go to Canada, who's going to fix Africa? Somebody have to be responsible there. Don't wait for your relative to be sending you money every day. When they send you money, multiply that money. Do something with that money. Don't just depend. Because a lot of women today, I'm going to touch on the women a little bit. A lot of women today, they depend on their man. Oh, they depend on their boyfriend. Oh, I want my boyfriend to do this. I want my man to do this. Why will you give your life to somebody to control? I know some people might hate me for this, but it's the truth. A lot of men too, they do that. Oh, the woman make the money. I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to suck the life out of the woman. You're a man. God give you hands. He give you legs. Even the people that are handicapped, the people, they are doing something with your life. And here you are. You have your full limb. You can see, you can talk, you can hear, you have everything complete. And yet you are depending on somebody else that is going to work 12 hours, 8 hours to send you money every month. And if you don't send you every money, you start complaining and nagging. Multiply that money, put that money into use. Stop depending on a government or relative to help you. You, like a lot of people, they give back to kids and they wait for somebody else to take care of the kids. No, you go and you enjoy yourself. You get that kid. You are responsible to take care of the kids. Don't put that burden on somebody else to take it for you, to take care of for you. Back to the book, because this is what he was saying in the book, and I kind of put some example too. He said, so, okay, another thing too, it talks in the book about donors. Lots of nations today, they depend on America, France, United States to help the government. Like for Sierra Leone, I'm from Sierra Leone. I love that country so much. But a lot of the presidents of Africa, they depend, instead of them thinking how to solve the problem, they're waiting for America for help. They're waiting for the outside world to help them. And the help is not coming. Like, who is helping Canada to solve their problem? Who's helping America to solve the problem? They're the one thinking and bringing solution to their problem. So that is why the nation is getting poorer and poorer, because we are not thinking for ourselves. We're letting somebody else control us. We're letting somebody else manipulate our life. It's something else. Don't wait for donors. With all the resources that we have in Africa, Africa is poor. But yet, the people from America, the people from China, the people from everywhere, they come into Africa and they're taking our resources and they're going and transforming their own country. And yet we have our resources, we cannot manage it. We cannot make good use of it. How is that? Because of the mindset. A lot of people value things from China or things from United States more than the things in the country. Don't you know that America, when you're in America or Canada, to get an organic food, you know how much money it costs? And there is organic food flourishing in Africa. But yet we don't know the value of it. This is why Africa is getting poorer, because we don't know the value that we have. Until we start to know the value that we have, we start making use of them and stop depending on the other world to help us. We start managing our own resources. We start doing, because there are a lot of education out there. We can educate ourselves, because education is the key. When you educate yourself about something, if you lack knowledge in certain area, go get education. Learn how to do it perfectly. Bring it back to your country. Like when a lot of these diplomats are going outside for conference and stuff, learn something. Go see if we're having a crisis in the country in a certain area. Go outside, search for that answer, bring it back, and get result. But there is absolutely no result at all. So and it says also in this book, He said, the only person that is responsible for getting you what you want in life is yourself, nobody else. The entitlement mentality of thinking somebody owe you something is one that will not, is one that you should not have. You cannot depend on the government to take care of you. Like, even when I'm here in Canada, there are a lot of people Africans, that will depend on the country, that will depend on the government for everything. Like, also, there are like Aboriginal people. It's like the government is owe them something. They don't want to do anything. The government's supposed to pay for this. The government's supposed to pay for this. The government, everything is the government, and they cannot do absolutely nothing for themselves. Very, very sad. Everyone wants an easy way out. Everyone wants something else to take care of them, their problem. You need to change your mindset. And also, it says in a book here, let's see. Um, there is so much information in this book. There is a point here in the book that I really want to talk about. Okay, yeah. Now I got it. I couldn't find it in my notes, but I think I got it. I can remember what I read about it. It's saying that a lot of people today, the rich are getting richer. You know why the rich are getting richer? Because we, the poor people, are making the people rich. Like seriously, we are the one giving them more money. Because if you don't have money and you keep giving to the poor, right? We are, because if you poor, or let's say you are making $500, $500 a month for people in diaspora, you're making $500 a month, and there you are. You poor, you still have to get your food, you got to pay your bills, whatever it might be, you have to pay. And here you are, you're going to go buy a shoes that cost $200. That's, you have $500, right? And you're using $200 to go buy shoes. No, you buying designer stuff for, imagine, like, hey, your paycheck have just gone. $200 have gone, $300 left. How are you going to survive on that $300 to pay your rent, feed your kids, and whatever it might be? So we are making the rich getting richer, because if you keep giving them money, something that you cannot afford, instead of you taking that $200 and go and multiply it, you're going to use it to go and buy a designer. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with designer. If you can afford it, go for it. But if you cannot afford it, just to impress somebody, just to get somebody attention, you are spending your money. That is foolishness. That is really foolishness. You cannot afford it. Some people go and buy a car. They know they cannot afford it. So now they're getting three jobs. Now they're going to sick, and somebody's going to die of heart attack or lack of sleep or of not nutritional value. And you wonder why people die today. A lot of young people are dying today. Why? Have we ever sit down and ask ourselves a question? Why are so many young people dying? A lot of people want to live above their means. We are making the rich people getting richer. Because it also say, let me just look at my notes here. Where's my time? Oh, it talks about Steve Jobs. Okay, I think I found it. Um, So the poor are always dreaming of having what the rich have, because they want to live big like the rich and have what they have after getting house and car. Remaining part of their money will most likely be spent to get a new phone to. And God asked, he says here, did God ask you to go get a new phone? Did God give you a revelation to go get a new phone? Like sometimes you don't need a new phone, because guess what? You're making Steve Jobs getting richer. You don't have a need a new iPhone. Your phone that you're using, your iPhone that you're using, it works perfectly. It takes picture. There is nothing absolutely wrong with it. But to live with the world, oh my God, I need to get the new iPhone. Guess what? You're making Steve Jobs getting richer and you are broke. That is how we're giving to the rich. That is how God is giving to the rich, and we are getting poor because we are keep. Oh my God, I have so many shoes. Hey, I'm a victim of this. Okay, I have so I now I'm getting better, but before, oh, every shoes I wanted. Oh my God, that shoes look so good. I think my other downfall where I spend a lot of my money in the past was electronics. So I am a victim of electronics. My money, I will work so hard to buy that new electronic computer. I was a freak for computer. Like any electronics, phone, computer, big screen TV, you name it. That's where my money was. A car. I was addicted to car. But now I think I've been cured from all of those things now. I've been cured from all of the car. Oh my God. I love cars that have all the bells and whistle. I will work hard. I will save that money. I will go get that car. It's just my addiction. But thank God, God have healed me from that. So thank you, Jesus. Phone, every latest iPhone, every phone that comes every month, I will get it. It doesn't matter how much that costs. I will work it. I will go and get it. But I've been delivered from that mindset. iPhone. So here you are, your phone is working properly, good, but just because you want to live, oh, I'm going to get a new iPhone, I'm going to get a new Galaxy, I'm going to get new this. And guess what? You are getting poor. The rich are getting, hey, Steve Jobs is getting more money. Some more money is making somebody rich, right? Every time you buy that designer clothes, that person that is rich is getting richer and you are getting poor. That's just it. Today, another thing that he touched, I'm almost done, guys. He also talk about people winning lottery, right? I just want to get to the point because he say it's only a poor man that is operating with the entitlement mentality. It is only a poor person that thinks money will solve all of his financial problem without the proper money management skills. Without the proper management skills and discipline to get necessary financial education, the amount of money you got does not matter at all. Like it's saying here, example is giving example of people winning lottery. You think people will win 50,000, $50 million, and then in space than 5 years they're bankrupt. They're broke. How? Because the mentality that they have, the mentality of financial mentality, they don't have it. They lack it. So when you lack the financial mentality, it doesn't matter how much money. If somebody come and give you $1 million right now, in the space of a year or two, you will go bankruptcy because you are not equipped. You don't have the skills how to manage that $1 million. So a lot of the people that were $50 million of money, they end up being bankrupt because they lack the financial skills to hold, because they're thinking, I'm gonna buy 5 cars, I'm gonna buy 20 house, I'm gonna buy the biggest mansion house. And guess what? All of those things, you have to take care of them. Some people, they might have a promotion. All of a sudden, I need a maid to take care of my kids, to do things that you used to do. But now, because you have a promotion, now you think that, oh, I'm going to get a driver that's going to drive me around. I'm going to get a maid. I'm going to get a gate man. I'm going to get all these employees. That is what sucking all the money out. And before you can think about it, you're bankrupt. You have no more money left because you have that little bit promotion, now your expenditure go skyrocket. Instead of you minimizing, keep to that level. Even though you got that promotion, keep to that level until you duplicate your money, make it triple. Then now you can afford to get a gate man. Now you can afford to get a cook. Now you can afford to get a driver. But you just started. You just got a promotion, and all of a sudden, I want a driver, I want a cook, I want a this, I want a that, and all the money is coming, going back out. Money coming, going back out. It's not staying. Change your mentality about financial situation. So So he said, okay, I'm going to finish now. He said, ask yourself this question. Will you rather live the rest of your life expecting others to take care of you and your family, or will you take up that challenge right now that I am going to take responsibility for myself? I'm not going to be depending on anybody to take care of my needs. Take that challenge right now. Get a lot of money won't cover up for your poor money management. Doesn't matter. You can get $1 million right now, but if you don't get the proper management, how you can manage that money, you're going to be broke. You're going to go back to poverty. But when you have the mentality how you can manage, when it comes, when God bless you, you're going to able to sustain it. You're going to keep it. You're going to grow on it. But when you lack it, because a lot of people today, they get money. What are they thinking? How to spend it. What can I buy? How can I finish this money? They will never ever think about how can I multiply this money? How can I duplicate this money? How can I make this money work for me? African don't think like that. I want to buy the latest car, Range Rover, BMW, Lincoln Navigator, whatever. I'm going to buy the biggest house, mansion. Sucking out your money. It's going to be no money left in your bank account because now you're living rich. But you did not multiply that money before you start spending it. Okay. See, you have the power. It says here, you have the power and the ability to have all the money you want if you really want it. You have it. And that power is not found in money and have nothing to do with your money. The good news is that it does not take money. All it takes is the willingness to learn and invest in your financial education. Develop yourself. This will change your perspective, making you rich on the side and manifesting real money outwardly. Invest yourself in how can I manage if you're struggling financially, if you're having problem. Hey, you're making a lot of money, like a lot of doctors today, they make so much money but they're still broke. You know why? Because they lack the skills how to manage money. That is why they are still living from paycheck to paycheck. It doesn't matter. Some people are making $100,000 a month, but they're still broke. Why? Because I have expensive car, expensive house. So all the money is going there. Oh, I will need to buy designer this. I need to buy designer that. You have to wear a name brand. Like, come on, I'm a doctor. I need to wear a name brand. People need to approve of me. Like, if you're waiting for approval of people, you are always going to be disappointed. The only approval that you need is God's approval. I need to wear a designer in order for you to approve me. Thank you. Bye-bye to your friendship. No, you should be accepting me for whatever I wear. If I wear a dollar clothes, accept me. Value me that way. But a lot of people are, if you don't wear a designer, or if you're not driving the latest car, you can't be my friend. I know, thank you. I'm good. It's not your friend anyway. A good friend will accept you, even if you're in the dump. Will appreciate you for that. So that's all I have for you guys today. And I was not rudely interrupted from student. So it was really, really fast. I missed a lot of things, but I think you guys got it. You got the most important things. And tomorrow, I'm going to continue with the next chapter. So that was the speed of the chapter. But you can go buy that book. It's available on Amazon and Kindle and Okada if you want to read it, because that's just a summary of the book. there is more details of it, but just helping my other African people. So that I want Africa to be the greatest continent in the world. As long as I'm alive, I'm gonna do my own part. I'm going to do my own part. I'm going to take my own responsibility and do my own part. If people listen, good. If they don't want to listen, good. At least God knows I did my best, because all of us need to do our best. We need to try and do our own part here on earth, because we are ambassador here. We are supposed to be solving problems. We're supposed to be doing our best. I want Africa to be the greatest, because we can. We can do it. It's not impossible, but the mindset need to be changed. So we need more education, and I'm going to do my best to give that education out there. If people listen, good. At least I did my part. So thank you guys so much for watching, listening to me. I'll be back tomorrow, same time. Um, I might be late again because I've been finding classes. It's usually busy this time. There's so much classes going on. So, but I will find a class room, and or if I have to, no, tomorrow I should be home, and I'll do it from home. But if I'm school, then I have to find a class to do the broadcast. Also, I want to let people know that weekends, I'm not going to be doing broadcasts on weekends, because it's crazy. I need weekend to prepare for my week, so I will do Monday to Friday, and Saturday, Sunday I will take off just to prepare myself for school on Mondays. So you guys have a wonderful day. God bless you, and it's time for me to hit my next class. And peace.